In a busy part of America, there lived a man named Harold. He was known as the madman of the neighborhood, a recluse who spoke to himself, avoided people, and wandered aimlessly through the streets with hollow eyes. Life had worn him down, leaving him lost in his own mind, trapped in sadness that no one understood.
One cold evening, as Harold sat on a park bench staring at nothing, he heard a soft whimper. A scruffy, shivering stray dog with matted fur and weary eyes stood a few feet away. The dog was just as lost as Harold, alone, hungry, and unwanted by the world. Harold hesitated. He hadn't cared about anything in years. But something about the dog's desperate eyes mirrored his own pain. Without thinking, he reached into his coat pocket, pulled out a half-eaten sandwich, and placed it on the ground. The dog hesitated, then crept forward and devoured it. That night, the dog followed Harold home. He didn't shoo it away. Instead, he left the door open just enough for the dog to slip inside. Days turned into weeks. Harold began talking to the dog, whom he named Charlie. At first, it was just nonsense, mumbling thoughts to an unresponsive audience, but Charlie listened. He wagged his tail when Harold spoke, licked his hand when he was silent, and curled up beside him when the nightmares came. Slowly, something changed in Harold. He started going outside, not just to wander, but to take Charlie for walks. The fresh air cleared his mind. He began eating properly so he could share meals with Charlie. When people stopped to pet the dog, Harold found himself speaking to them. For the first time in years, he had conversations that didn't feel like battles in his head.
One day, while playing fetch in the park, a woman named Lisa approached him. She had seen him before, the lost man who had once roamed the streets in despair. But now, there was a light in his eyes. They talked, and for the first time in a long time, Harold smiled. Months passed, and the man once thought to be mad was no longer a ghost of himself. Therapy, friendships, and the unconditional love of a stray dog had stitched him back together. Charlie had saved him, not with words, but with presence, loyalty, and the simple act of being there when no one else was. Harold was no longer the madman of the neighborhood. He was just Harold, a man with a dog, a friend, and a second chance at life.